All I did was put a pink flamingo in my yard. I didn't think it would start a full-blown neighborhood rebellion, but it did, and it was glorious. That's how Sandy, a 67-year-old retired nurse, began her story on Reddit. She wasn't looking to pick a fight. She wasn't trying to make a statement. She just wanted a little joy in her garden. A single pink plastic flamingo tucked playfully between her lilacs. It had belonged to her late husband, who always said it brought character to the place. To Sandy, it wasn't lawn decor. It was a memory. She lived in a clean, rule-obsessed suburban neighborhood where the Homeowners Association, better known as the HOA, was king, and their rule book, strict. You couldn't paint your door any color other than approved beige. You couldn't park in your own driveway after 10 p.m., and you absolutely could not, under any circumstances, have non-approved lawn ornaments. For over a year, Sandy's flamingo sat quietly, unnoticed, but all it took was one new HOA board member to ruin everything. One Monday morning, Sandy found a crisp white envelope on her doorstep. Inside, violation notice, unauthorized lawn ornament, must be removed within 48 hours. Fine, $50 per day thereafter. No signature, no hello, just a threat. Sandy chuckled. She assumed it was a mistake. Surely they weren't targeting her harmless flamingo. She left it alone. But on Thursday, another letter came. This one had a bold red second notice on it. And this time, it was hand-delivered by Mr. Burton, HOA president, self-proclaimed lawn police, and a man who never once smiled. Sandy opened the door with her usual kindness. "Mr. Burton, is this really about the flamingo?" "Yes, ma'am. It violates the aesthetics code. We can't allow clutter." "Clutter? It's under a bush." "That doesn't matter." He turned and walked away like he just dropped the mic. Sandy stood there for a moment. Then she laughed. Not because it was funny, but because she had just made up her mind. She wasn't removing the flamingo. In fact, she was going to add more. The next morning, Sandy went on Amazon and ordered 6 more flamingos. Bright ones, polka-dotted ones, even a tiny one wearing a Hawaiian lei. She placed them in the yard like they were having a tea party. Then she grabbed a lawn chair, sat on her porch with iced tea, and waited. The neighborhood noticed immediately. Cars slowed down, kids laughed. Her next-door neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, clapped from his driveway. Mr. Burton, however, was not amused. The very next day, Sandy received another letter, this time warning her of escalating penalties and a potential lien on her property if she didn't comply. But Sandy had something better than money. She had followers. That evening, she took a photo of her flamingo family and posted it in the neighborhood Facebook group. Caption, "Meet the rebels. HOA says they can't stay. What do you think?" The post exploded. People loved it. Turns out, Sandy wasn't alone in feeling like the HOA had become too controlling. The comments flooded in. "Those are adorable. Leave them. HOA needs to chill. I'm putting one up too. Let's see what they do." By the end of the week, 15 houses on Sandy Street had pink flamingos. Then came the emergency HOA meeting. Mr. Burton tried to stay calm, but his voice cracked when he said, "We are losing control of the neighborhood." Someone in the back murmured, "Because of birds?" Sandy stood up and calmly said, "With all due respect, it's a plastic flamingo. We're adults. If a yard ornament makes you feel like you lost control, perhaps the issue isn't the bird." Boom. Applause broke out. People clapped. Someone actually whistled. The HOA voted that night. The flamingo rule, gone. Mr. Burton, he resigned a week later. Now, Sandy's flamingo family is a local legend. Every house on her block has at least one. Some people even decorate them for holidays. Santa hats at Renner, many flags on the 4th of July. And Sandy, she still sits on her porch with iced tea, smiling at the birds. Because sometimes the smallest rebellion, the tiniest act of color in a beige world, is what brings people together.